Hello, this is Michael Dennin, Vice Provost for Teaching and Learning and Dean of the Division of Undergraduate Education here at UC Irvine. And this is Dennin Insights, where we talk about issues of relevance to the UCI community, Orange County, California, nation, and hopefully the world. Today I'd like to talk about something very important as we come to the end of the year. We will soon be participating in the time-honored tradition of New Year's resolutions. In America, this is our commitment to changing our lives for the better with the expectation that it will not work. We always talk about how quickly those New Year's resolutions will go away. In contrast to this annual shared cultural experience of not actually changing, we have the recent story of Eldra Jackson III, which he shared in an LA Times opinion piece on November 30th. This is an incredible story of his personal transformation that was made possible through hard work and, most importantly, the structural support of a community. It is a story of hope that humanity can improve and individuals can do better. Eldra Jackson shared his story in the context of hope that as a society we can eventually move past the toxic masculinity that is at the heart of the recent revelations around endemic sexual harassment. This is something we certainly need to reiterate, the importance of consequences for those who perpetrate those actions, and really the impressive courage of the people coming forward with these stories. At the same time as we deal with these stories coming to light, Eldra's story highlights the need to provide structures and support for people to change so that society can eventually move to a place where these abuses no longer occur. This type of change is not easy. It requires work, and as Eldra talks about, almost always requires a community of support, a structure that enables the change to occur and to last. In Eldra's story, he discusses one way to have the structural support for personal transformation. He discusses the group he experienced while in prison. It is worth mentioning here that another avenue for society, and often for individuals, is provided by higher education. Universities provide a mechanism for society and individuals to explore challenges and to look for ways to change for the better, ways based on evidence and best practices, not just change for change's sake. As we return to the concept I opened with of a New Year's resolution, at some level, it should be no surprise that our cultural bias seems to be towards broken resolutions. That's our assumption. I like to point out there are two great stories of change in our culture that always come up this time of year: A Christmas Carol and How the Grinch Stole Christmas. These are stories that focus on the hope and promise of fundamental change in an individual's life. They're the exact opposite of what we talk about when we talk about New Year's resolutions. Both of the main characters in these stories transform their lives from one that really is described in purely negative terms to one of hope and positive characteristics. But I think everyone knows that their names have been enshrined in our culture as symbolic of the negative. When we hear Scrooge and Grinch, we think of all those negative characteristics that come up with those people, and we use them as insults. And yet, in the stories, these people underwent profound change. It is almost as if our society as a whole has rejected that profound transformation as even possible. Eldra's story is a real-life example that profound change is possible and validates the fictional stories of Scrooge and the Grinch and points to the best in humanity. As we reflect on the challenges of 2017 in both our lives and for society and move towards 2018, let's embrace the hope and courage of Eldra's real-life story that embodies the true meaning of the transformation Scrooge and Grinch experienced. And as a society and as individuals, let's work for positive transformation.